Hi, welcome to the AnimeCons TV feedback episode for June 2015. I'm Patrick Delahanty. Each month we dedicate one episode to our viewers and share your comments and answer your questions. So let's start off with YouTube comments. Those are always great. In response to our FanimeCon report, LunaCraft wrote, "As someone who has gone to FanimeCon for the last 15 years, I see a lot of your points as very, very valid. There are a lot of things that FanimeCon could be doing better. However, I know a lot of people that do not go to for the guests. They go because they want to hang out, and it being a 24-hour convention gives them plenty of opportunities to do so. Also, I enjoy the panels a lot myself and have always had a good time going to them." And she continues saying, yes, they are different in a different hotel and not at the convention center, but it has kind of worked out that way because the old panel rooms were in the Marriott, and in recent years they just weren't big enough to accommodate the number of people going. They could just replace the viewing rooms with more panel rooms, but I don't think it would help all that much. Just my thoughts as a veteran attendee. Well, thanks, LunaCraft. I did see the Marriott rooms, and yeah, they are pretty small. And I don't know if maybe they could. I still think they might be able to take some of those video rooms, put them in a smaller room, and have the panels there where the convention is, because like 2 or 3 blocks away, it's not that great. I don't think. I think it hurts panel attendance. And I do understand that FanimeCon's large enough; it has to be spread out. But I think there's some rearranging that could be done, and I'd like to see them do that in the future. In response to our Anime Next versus PortCon Maine Rewind episode, which was from 2010, Gasper Heller comments that most of these were giveaway easy if you're even mildly into anime. Yeah, we asked the same questions to both attendees of Anime Next and PortCon Maine 2010, and yeah, some of them I thought were too easy, others I thought were challenging, but yeah, there were a lot of people that just didn't get it. And some of them, depends on if you've watched a series or not, but yeah, there were some easy ones that just not everybody knows. And keep in mind that was 5 years ago, so maybe we've just all gotten smarter since then. We received an email from Jake who writes, "Recently I attended an anime convention that has steadily grown over the years, wherein the last few has broken the 10,000 attendees barrier. Yet on their website and the head staff consider themselves to be mid-sized convention. I find this a little puzzling when I checked out your report for the largest anime conventions of 2014. The largest convention, Anime Expo, was at 86,000 attendees, 2.5 times larger than the second largest Otakon. But when you're down to the 10th spot, Otakuthon, the attendance quickly drops to the mid 10,000. I guess my question is there any rough guidelines to what is considered to be a small, medium, large, and mega convention? Are there any milestones, achievements, or changes in doctrine, like allowing more adult-oriented panels that go beyond headcount, that may also play a factor? Thank you for your time, Jake." Well, Jake, the large, medium, and small, and mega, there's really no set line for those. It's whatever people feel. When I started going to conventions, Anime Expo was the largest at the time, and they were under 10,000. And people thought that was a large convention. And I still think 10,000 is a large convention, because you've only got a dozen or so that are at 10,000, and there's over 250 anime conventions out there. So 10,000 is definitely a large convention. Now, Anime Expo this year, they're saying they may get 100,000, which that's just crazy town. And that's too many people, frankly. But yeah, you get small conventions with a few hundred people. A mid-sized convention, though, I would say, 2,000 or more, maybe. I think under 2,000, I'd consider that small. But really, this is just what I think. Other people that may be used to small conventions may think that 1,000 people is large. So it's, I guess, what's just in your area and what you and your friends consider large and small. Jake sent another email and says, "Greetings. I am having a bit of a conundrum, which maybe you can help answer. For years, I have had a desire to attend Otakon, but I've been unable to attend due to school and other obligations. I was considering attending either in 2016 or 2017, but I have some concerns. The 2016 Otakon will be the last at the original historic Baltimore location, but I've heard that they have severely outgrown that site and are more than likely to hit their attendance cap until they move. On the other side, the 2017 Otakon, which will be in Washington, D.C., will be in a bigger and newer location, but I'm concerned that they may run into transition issues. Are my concerns legitimate, or am I overthinking this too much?" Jake, I think these are legitimate concerns. Otakon this year and last year, it's very crowded. The Otakon staff clearly knew that they were growing and that their venue can't contain that number of people. And so that's why they're moving. And so if you go this year or next year, it's going to be crowded. And I think the Otakon staff would be the first to admit that. They need the new venue. And so if you don't mind crowds, it should be fine. Just make sure you pre-register so that you can get in. And you may have to wait in line because maybe the rooms don't hold as much. The hallways may be crowded, but at least you know what you're in for. As for 2017 in Washington, D.C., I'm pretty certain there will be some transitional issues. It'll be their first year at a new venue. And again, Otakon staff, I'm sure, would admit there's bound to be some issues. Hopefully they'll be able to work through them easily and it won't be a major issue. But who knows what's going to happen? So good luck to you if you go to that. And I hope that they don't have any serious issues, but it's a new venue. Who knows? On Twitter, we got a few comments. Art by Melissa M. posted this on Twitter. Loved the random skip time in the AnimeCons TV Fanime recap. Yeah, that's my fault. I had charged my battery, but the Fanime Masquerade ran so long because they delayed between each skit that my battery didn't have enough to record the entire Fanime report at Fanime. We got a few minutes in and it just cut out. And so a couple weeks later, Steven came up and we finished the report. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to start carrying a spare battery from now on, which I need to remember to pack for PortCon Maine. Underscore Parv asked, why even bother with Fanime, besides the game cabinets, of course? Well, Fanime is a convention. It's consistently been in the largest anime conventions in the U.S. And so it's only a couple hours away from me, so I felt I had to check it out. And now I have, and I've reported on it. So whether I go back next year, well, we'll see. But at least now I can cross Fanime off the list. Who knows what'll be next. Parv also requested, could you pretty please put up copious cosplay photos of September Kraken Con to be held on the aircraft carrier? That's definitely a unique venue. They're going to be holding KrakenCon on the USS Hornet, retired aircraft carrier, and so I'm going to take a lot of pictures there, and you can be sure to see a lot of video. And the Ruben says, really enjoying the throwback episodes. Well, thanks, Ruben. We enjoy them too, not only because we get to look back on some of the cool stuff we've done, but it's really easy to edit because we've already done it. And it's really helpful when I have to run off to a convention and okay, I'll just do a rewind episode and nobody has to do anything. So look for one before DragonCon for sure. Now let's take a look at the anime conventions that are coming up through August 2015 as found on AnimeCons.com. Coming up on AnimeCons TV, I report from PortCon, Maine. Elizabeth gives us a cosplay time-lapse, and Svetlana Chimikova, author of the upcoming comic Awkward, talks about selling an Artist Alley and preparing an Artist Alley, so that'll be fun. And Ruben said he likes Rewind, but what old segments would you like to see us feature? Or what new topics should we cover in a new episode? Let us know. You can write to us at podcast@animecons.tv or leave us a voicemail at 762-ADEQUATE at 762-233-7828. It's right down here at the bottom of your screen. See? I put that in. And I'm recording this in advance of PortCon, Maine, so I'm bound to see Movie Phone Guy there again. So I'll get him to leave a voicemail for next time. But you should call too. Why is he the only one that ever leaves us voicemails? All you have to do is call the number, 762-ADEQUATE, and just leave a quick little message. Say, hey, I like your show, or hey, when are you guys coming to my con? You know, something like that. You don't have to really plan it out too much. And you can follow us on Twitter at AnimeCons TV. We're on Facebook, and we're also on YouTube at youtube.com/AnimeConsPodcast. And of course, you can find us at animecons.tv, and we're also on Tumblr. It automatically gets cross-posted there. So. And that's our feedback for this month, and looking forward to seeing you next week with PortCon Maine report. Thanks. So how do we want to start that? I could say, well, I did a dumb thing. Boop, boop, boom, scrolling Mysticons. Yay. Yay.